Well, here's another late January video on Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel. I wanted to show you what's happening with my brown turkey fig tree, which is a huge producer of fruit, very reliable, and it's exhibited the same cycle every single year. And being late January and being a deciduous tree, of course, it's lost all of its leaves. Now, this tree can get to be about 15-20 feet tall. That's great if you want to pick figs 15-20 feet up in the air. In this case, you can see it's by a power line, so there's no way I want it to be much above what I can pick with my hand. The power line looks actually closer in this video than it is. It's a good 5 feet or so away from this. I also don't want to have any kind of poles for picking fruit or ladders up around this, so that's a good plan. And it likes to be trimmed low. In early December, I went through and trimmed off all the taller branches and tried to thin it out a bit so I didn't have branches rubbing together. And you can see there are plenty of branches. I'd expect in about a month or so, I'll start to see green tips happening, and the little black shells that form on the bud ends will fall off. And I will have tons of fruit. I want to, this year, try to put some into a jam, a preserve, and really get on top of picking these because, to be honest, a lot of this winds up on the ground, but we have little turtles and squirrels and raccoons and things that come around and eat them, so it doesn't go to waste. It's just that I wouldn't mind having a little bit more for myself. Now, I've grown several from cuttings. I have a lot of videos about how to grow them from cuttings, and it's been very successful. And it's all been off of this tree. You can see at the bottom there's a lot of little suckers, and I cut them off below the soil, and there's usually roots. Plant them in some potting soil, and they will grow fairly reliably. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those other fig trees. I've got about 4 of them in my yard now that I've taken from this tree. Here's a couple larger fig tree cuttings that I grew about 2 years ago, and they've been in this pot. I haven't figured out a place to put them yet, but they're nice and healthy. You can see they're dormant, no leaves, no problem. They're being kept watered enough, and as soon as I decide where to go, they'll produce another beautiful tree. Now here are a couple very small cuttings that I grew about a year ago. I planted about a year ago. And I planted them in a very shady part of my yard next to my kids' fort I built for them. And the weird thing is, they are already showing the signs of sprouting new branches. So again, the one in full sun, not so many branches. I planted too close to each other just to see what they would do, and they seem to be off to a good start. If they're growing leaves, that means the roots have successfully done something. We'll see how these work out. Now this might be a little hard to see, this particular fig tree, because it's in and amongst some Dracaena and frangipani and crotons, and there's a strawberry tree back there, but I planted this one up against the fence, and you can see branches growing up. It produces the exact same kind of fruit, and it's also, like the other larger fig tree, hasn't produced any new branches yet this early in the season. This one I can let get a lot larger than my other fig tree because it's not under such a low power line. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like it. If you'd like to get notified when new videos come out, then go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm trying to get just about a video a day here for the next year. So I'll be doing a lot of traveling around locally here to look at cool varieties of fruit trees that I know of and let you know about them. So again, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.